Class is in session. The Brofessor is in. We got the LA Knight midweek boss battle coming up. So let's go over the top 4 and be sure to check out the bargain bin video. It will drop a little bit either later today or first thing tomorrow morning. So basically we got a few options here, but the only one that really matters are these two over here. Red gems are going to do 500% more damage, and those with pyro gems are going to do 900% more damage. The 800 for silence gems, not going to do as much as we would hope for. And this minus trap moves basically takes KO out of the equation. So let's go over our top 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. You know how we do this. We'll put up the top damage makers and then check out the bargain bin for anyone else that can help you. So let's bro. So in the focus category, it is kind of slim pickings, but there are 2 that I think are going to do some pretty good damage in this category. And number 1 is going to have to be my boy Billy Rieger for his ability to just generate hundreds of millions of damage. If you know, you know. Billy Rieger with all the bells and the whistles is going to be really good. But without Billy Rieger, then another good one that you can use who's going to have a lot of good things on his side is someone like Ilya Dragunov. So he does have the moment that does extra damage for pyro gems, which we're looking for. It also does more multiply gems. So there's 2 builds that you could possibly go with. Something like the triple blue, where you make a bunch of pyro gems, extra damage for them, turn them blue, and you can recycle this. This will be hit for 100% more. So you're already looking at 570K per, and then with the right coaches and trainers, you can do a lot more damage there. Otherwise, you can do something along the lines of this type of move set as well, with the finisher making a whole bunch of multiplies, making the whole bunch of green gems, blowing it all up. The problem is him not making enough of the multiply gems. That could be made better maybe with a sub. But either way, in the category, that's probably the best 2. There is one more that could be a sneaky pick, and he's also going to go in the bargain bin. But I think he might be sneaky enough for this one to also be really good if you have some of the good bells and whistles on him. So it would be someone like a Showboat Sheamus. So these are the top 3 sort of in this category that you can work with. Someone who makes multiplies, turns a lot of multiplies into red gems, recycles really nicely. And what you're going to be looking to do basically for this entire thing, if you are a top player in this one, looking to take advantage of this extra red gem damage, then you're going to want to actually put on plates that do the same. So if you got a Seance plate, that's going to be absolutely your best friend for this. So top 1 in this category, we'll hand it off to whom I think is going to be the best. Where is he? Where is the best? I think he's actually probably going to be the best in this category. So those are that one. Let's move to our next category of chaotic. And so in the chaotic category, we are in a different place with this one. This one also is going to have a difficult time doing a lot of damage, except this guy does 500 million every cycle. So OTC Roman is probably going to be your best, even though he's not really a red gem type of person. However, if you are looking for someone to do a whole bunch of red gem damage, and if you did get that new Bret Hitman's Biteman plate, or if you got yourself a Gremlin's Ears plate, this has made his move set scale. You would just basically hit the sub and you would hit this red damage increase, and you would just go over and over and over again with these 2 things, hoping to do a ton of damage. So I see Seth Rollins also doing a ton of damage for this one. And last but not least, my sneaky pick for this category is actually going to be Cody Rhodes, the zombie version. So if you take the zombie version and you got the extra red move damage right there, you got yourself the moment where blast gems are going to do some more damage and multiply gems are going to do some more damage. You're going to have a good shot with him to do some damage. You get the idea. Triple red would be the way to go. This way you continually buff this for another 175%. And after turn 1, as long as your teammates can get rid of the frozen moves and the shield, then once you have lost and gone below 75%, you will actually get another 175% extra damage with that. Make 39 into blast, turn all the blast into red, blow up the board, throw on a seance plate. I think he's going to be sneaky good for this one. So he's going to be my sneaky pick in that category there. However, well, let's go back for a second. My number one pick for this category, and simply just like Billy Rieger, OTC Roman is always going to be a factor, especially because he's got 99 MP this month. Next month and beyond in boss battles will be a little bit different. He'll come back down to Rieger levels, but he's going to be very, very, very good. In terms of this is actually going to be an interesting one. It seems like all the big hitters are in this aggressive class. So let's name off a few people that we like in this category, because there are actually a few to really like in this category. So first off, of people that I like in this category to use is none other than Vader. I think Vader is going to be really explosive in this one, running a triple red. So making 5x5 into reinforced, making 14 of those into multiplies, turning it all into red. Low MP moves, you can probably get that pretty well off. That's a good one to use. So I like Vader time. In addition to Vader time, the other one that I really like, there's a couple. We should just go to the couple that are really good picks to use. Another one that you can use is someone like a Seth freaking Rollins. So he's got increase your red gem damage, 6x6 into reinforced, turn them all into red gems, and then rinse and repeat, also 6 MP moves. So somebody else, again, another person that you can put big gem damage on with the multiplies and other things. I also like Bam Bam a lot for this one. Bam Bam making a 5x5 into multiplies, turn those multiplies into red so you can reload pretty easy. And last but not least of the big hitters for this one, and this should be one that most, if not everybody, should be ready to go for, is the Batista Bomb. I really like the Batista Bomb here. So multiply gems, making a whole bunch of pyros, turning all those pyros red, making sure that you can destroy some multiply gems. He's a sneaky pick. Sneaky because if you have yourself this wonderful moment, you are going to increase your multiply gems and your pyro gem damage. The issue being he makes green from the pyros, which could mess up your multiply gem destruction. It's not turning those multiplies red, but that is, I guess, the free-to-play option within all of that. I got more for the bargain bin. This aggressive category is the biggest and the best one out there, but for me, the number one I think in this category is probably going to be Vader in Vader time. All right, last but not least, let's head ourselves into this category of defensive. And defensive, I have a couple that I think are going to be really, really good for you. One of them is going to be Hall of Fame DDP, and it's not that triple yellow. It's going to be this red move here that's going to make random red gems. That is the countdown move, the finisher, and then you can increase your red gem damage by 211% for 2 turns. So you should be able to stack that. You might not even need the finisher. You can just increase your black gem damage so you can get this to go off several times. So I'd probably use the Diamond Clash, go red, red, black. So like me some Diamond Dallas Page right there, Hall of Fame DDP. The next one I really like is Jacob Fatu. He's got 99 MP. The sub turns into multiply gems. The Samoan Splash, that's going to make everything into red gems. We're not actually making countdown, so that's not going to help us here. I actually don't think there is another move. I think you would just spam those two. You can also put this one to turn the entire board into multiplies. But I think you would just spam these two right here. And you'd have to get your blue gems back. That would be the issue. 5 into blue, that was the one. You'd want that one. Got the wrong red move in there. Those are the 3 you'd want to run for Jacob Fatu, especially if you have yourself gear and an increase in multiply gem strength with that moment. His gear also is going to increase that multiply gem strength. So he can be an absolute beast with this one. And the last one that I really like in this category is going to be actually Hall of Fame Foley, surprisingly enough. So if you got yourself Hall of Fame Foley and you got both of these all color moves starting with more, you can create more Juggernaut gems, then you should be able to do some nice damage with him. It's not this sub move, it's this sub move. So the silence gems, you got this damage for every red gem on the countdown board. And then last but not least, you can, I think it's that one, Juggernaut gems that turn silence into multiply gems. So you can make a bunch of multiplies. This one will reduce everything. I'm not sure if we're going against an aggressive person or not, but we don't really need to bleed our opponent. This increases our red gem damage by 10% for one turn and then turns everything randomly into red. So you'd want to use something like this because we don't want the rest of that on the board. We need something like this. Juggernaut gem, you can probably go triple juggers. That's damage for every red gem. But if you're worried about reloading and things like that, it might be better to put silence gems on the board, like so. So there's a couple ways to run him, but I like him as well too. He's my sneaky pick for this round too. Jacob Fatu is probs going to be the best one for this category too. So there you have it. I think that's Jacob Fatu right here. So there's my top 4 to 10. Threw in some sneaky picks for you. Let me know in the comments what you think. And the bargain bin video is coming soon, so make sure you check it out soon, whenever it does drop. Thanks for coming to class. Good luck in the boss. Brofessor, out.